Hey folks, Deano here again. This time taking a look at Figuarts Beast Gohan. Yeah, this is the quote-unquote final superhero figure, as far as I'm aware. Piccolo's coming shortly as well. I believe the two of them released at the same time in Japan, but there's a bit of a delay elsewhere. Pretty much I'll get it when I get it, I suppose. But yeah, this is pretty much the same Gohan that we got before, with new sculpting, and they're trying something new with the top half of the gi, where it's rubbery. And yeah, let's just get right into it, shall we? So, starting off with the box, we've got Son Gohan Beast on there. Don't know why they didn't just call him Beast Gohan. That makes a bit more sense. I mean, the whole Beast thing is a bit daft in my opinion. I'd have rather they went for a different name, but hey-oh, what are you going to do? You got the Toei sticker. The Tamashii seal of quality is now tiny and even easier to copy, I would assume. Ages 15 and up, superhero logo here, the premium bandai logo, because this is a premium bandai exclusive. I'm glad that UK stores are actually able to get these. I was really worried that the premium stuff would just be US and Japan exclusive, and that would be the end of it. Designed by Tamashii Nations in Japan, Bandai Spirits, made in China. Made in China is a good sign. That means it won't be loose. For some reason though, it's 2022. So yeah, this is usually the date that it was released in, but this wasn't released a year ago. Some pictures on the back. See, they've got the special beam cannon, and yet another piece for the Build-A-Figure Ultimate Gohan. Honestly, at this point, can we stop with the Gohan stuff and give us maybe extra Trunks faces, or like something like that, or effect pieces for different figures? Like, Ultimate Gohan's got enough. He doesn't need any more. And yes, I am aware the orange Piccolo is coming with a Kamehameha effect, but that one I'm not so annoyed at, because you can use that for other figures like Goku. So yeah, let's get this guy out here and have a look at his accessories. So in terms of faces, he comes with this one in the box. I immediately swapped it to the smirking face because that looks the best. But yeah, most of these are pretty much just a carbon copy of the Ultimate Gohan faces, just repainted with silver and the red eyes. Nice gritty teeth face there. And a yelling face, this time looking off to the side slightly, which is for his special beam cannon effect. And you also get the Gohan head, which is going Beast. So yeah, looks good. I do like it. And that head in itself just sort of proves that it's just repainted, because the pegs and everything are exactly the same. But yeah, in terms of hands, he comes with the standard 3.0 hands, I think we'll call them at this point. Pair of Ki Blast hands, which aren't the unnatural sort of fully splayed open style. The more natural looking grippy hands for the Kamehameha. Pair of martial arts posy hands. and a special beam cannon hand. Or it'll probably be reused for instant transmission as well. Fulfills 2 roles there. And he comes with a pair of crossed arms, which are a pain in the backside to get on him. Let me just tell you. I think they created this before they decided to go with a rubber piece, because the rubber piece makes this almost impossible to do. Like, just saying straight up. The rubber piece, it doesn't impede the articulation as much as you would think, but it does still impede the articulation. So they're trading aesthetics for function, really. Or trading function for aesthetics. Other way around. And finally, you've got the special beam cannon, which comes with a little stand to hold it up. And for some bizarre reason, they decided to put a sculpt of the special beam cannon fingers on the special beam cannon. Like, I know it's the wrong colour, but come on, Tamashi, we could have used this for Piccolo. Like, really? There was nothing stopping you from just making that a little nub, and then we could have just used this. You know, the one you actually gave us in the package. Yeah, I don't really understand it. But yeah, apart from that, the special beam cannon effect works well enough. But again, this rubber gi impedes the look of it. And we'll get into all that shortly. So, in terms of design, it does look really nice. I will give them that. The hair is sort of light grey at the tips, going into a dark grey at the bottom. There is a sort of visible line where they've spray painted, so they haven't put that much thought into it. But it still gets the job across. It looks nice enough. It probably would have looked nicer if they would have used like a silver effect on it. You know, that sort of metallic sheen that they use on the Super Saiyan Blue hairs and things like that. Yeah, that would have made this look 10 times better. But still looks good. As is. In terms of the gi, there's a little bit of shading on the shoulders. As I said, this is a rubber piece, soft rubber. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart. I remember the old Medicom Real Action Heroes Goku used this same sort of material for its gi, and the whole thing started like flaking off. So yeah, hopefully the same does not happen to this guy. But yeah, apart from that, the arms and the lower half is the same base sculpt. They've just added some rips and tears for some battle damage, which I think is fair enough. It looks good, gets the point across. But yeah, not really that much in terms of paint. It's mostly just plastic and rubber. But yeah, let's have a little comparison before I do the articulation. So yeah, this is my main Gohan. That's a little pose I like to put him in, taking the glasses off. But yeah, let's pop this off, take the glasses out of the hand, and pop that one. Right, so here is the straight up comparison here. So yeah, right away, I do prefer how this one looks. As I said, the function for aesthetics. Because this one always looked a bit too bulky at the shoulders, going up into the neck area. Whereas this one, it's a bit lower down. The sculpt works a bit better for the neck. But yeah, apart from that, it's almost identical, even down to the height. So yeah, but I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't have minded just getting this guy like that with a bit of battle damage on him, because I am really worried about that rubber. I'll be honest. Yeah, just a quick comparison of articulation before we fully go into the articulation. So that normal Ultimate Gohan can go that far forward. This guy can only do that much. So yeah, he gets a bit more articulation that way. In terms of articulation up the way, he can get that much without the rubber really stretching. Whereas this guy can get higher, yet again. And the main point of contention, the ab crunch. He can get back about that far compared to Gohan, who is pretty much doing the conga. He can go forward a decent amount though. Pretty much. Yeah, again, losing a bit of articulation there. So yeah, all in all, this Gohan can get into some deeper poses than Beast Gohan can. Yeah. But yeah, as I said, it looks better. Which, in my opinion, Beast Gohan didn't really do much apart from fire the special beam cannon and look badass anyway. So I'm willing to give them a bit of a pass there. But yeah, in terms of articulation, the head, despite its size, can look up a decent amount. The neck allows them to look down a fair bit, but again, the bizarre way they've built the Gohan heads rears its ugly head. As soon as his chin touches his neck, the entire face starts peeling off. So just be wary of that. Side to side is fine. Tilt is fine. It's the exact same peg as the normal one, as I showed before. Arms can get out that far. You can go around, a bit impeded by this flap. Honestly, like, thinking of it a bit more, I know I'm going off on a tangent again. See if they would have just made this rubber part, I hate to say it, the same as the old style, and just attached it to the shoulders. That would have been the best of both worlds, because it would have been more mobile instead of being like stuck to the rubber gi. Bicep swivel, double joint at the elbows, gets really good range. Ball hinge at the wrists. As I said before, waist can go forward that far, back that far, can swivel. Kicking up, completely unhindered. You can do the splits with no effort whatsoever. You can't kick back because they're still sculpting the back sides for some reason, instead of putting them on the joint. Why, Tamashi? Swivel at the thigh, double joint at the knee, and the same Gohan feet with a swivel. Can go forward and back a bit, and toe articulation, and quite good ankle pivot. So yeah, yeah, as I said before, the accessories are a bit of a pain in the backside to put on, but I'll do it behind the camera just to show you. And after a fair bit of coaxing, the crossed arms fit reasonably well. You will see though that up at the shoulder, the rubber really doesn't like being put into this position. So if you leave it like this for too long, that rubber is going to stay like that and it's going to be out of shape. But yeah, it gets the point across. And yeah, it looks decent enough. It just pops out very easy. It pops on quite difficult. And this is him doing the special beam cannon, which, yeah, unfortunately, he can't copy the pose. This arm won't go far enough across. Because of course he holds his bicep while doing it in the movie. And just to prove a point, this guy, while he still can't touch his bicep, can get that pose a lot closer, which is quite a bit of a shame, if I'm being honest. So yeah, if you're going to do the special beam cannon pose, just put the head on this figure. Honestly, you'll save yourself a lot of frustration. And finally, let's take a look at all the different faces on this guy, shall we? Or all the different heads, I should say. So, pops off. And as if by magic, these heads still do work on this guy. Here is the Super Saiyan. I still hate it, hate it, hate it. And finally, the Beast Gohan, or the Ultimate Gohan, sorry, which I believe we should probably put the new face on, just to show it on the body. And there we go. So yeah, all in all, guys, I'd say this is a pretty decent figure to have on your shelf. Is it a must-have? If you want the new form of Gohan, definitely, because God knows when the next time we'll ever see Beast Gohan is. If the anime ever returns, maybe. But yeah, other than that, it's just a retool of Ultimate Gohan. So if you already have a third-party Beast Gohan head, I wouldn't say there's a lot of reason to get this guy, apart from if you want the battle damage. But yeah, he's still a great figure, even with the limited articulation. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for this review, and I'll see y'all later.